By clicking the link in the stream's description. The professor wants to hear from you.
On the cusp, not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma.
Yeah. Woo! Woke up with a vision. It's Professor Bear's day. Ruling the game, coming hard, paving his way. Thoughtful and smart, yeah, the wisdom of math. In a world full of shadows, he's breaking the cap.
Welcome, all my forest friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. I am your host, Professor Bear, and this is another episode of A Bear's Thought. And with me today, I have two very, very special guests. We have the American Diesel Dumptruk and the Diamond Jessie. Boy, how are y'all doing today?
We good, brother. How you doing?
Doing great. And what I want to start off with is a big, giant thank you to both of y'all, because I'm gonna have to tell the story now how we met. So I decided I'm gonna do more indie shows around my area, and I went to Joe Kazana promotion show. And I walked in, talked to some people, and I went to get my seat. And all of a sudden, I heard somebody like, Professor Bear. And I don't know why it threw me off so bad, because I was by myself, but I turned around and it was Truck. And he's like, oh, man, you're here. Man, I love you. And I'm just sitting there like, what? I'm like, no, the role's supposed to be reversed. I love you. You're great. You're a pro wrestler. But him and Jessie just showed me so much love. And I just appreciated that. And I from that point in my head, I knew I was gonna have them on my show.
Well, we appreciate you having us, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So for people that are not familiar with y'all, go ahead and give them a little rundown of y'all, if you don't mind.
Want me to start?
Go for it.
All right. Well, I am the American Diesel Dumptruk, the man, the myth, the legend, baby. Truck gang for life. Been in this business going on now 14 years. I was trained by Manny Fernandez and James Handy. I've been in the ring with wrestlers like the Barbarian, the Warlord, Buff Bagwell, Heath Slater, Kid Cash, Ricky Morton, just to name a few. I was former two-time East Tennessee Tag Team Champions. I was the first ever Smoky Mountain Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. I've been multiple champions in multiple promotions. I'm living my dream, man. I love this business. When I was 7 years old, this is how I knew I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I would sit. Everybody knows if they're my age. Saturday mornings, it was wrestling. NWA, baby, all the way. It was the Four Horsemen. It was the Rock and Roll Express, Magnum TA, and baby, it was that Big Daddy Dusty Rhodes.
Yes, sir.
And I would sit there and I would listen to people like Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard and Ric Flair give those promos. Those come straight from the heart, bring tears to your face. And then I would go back to my mama's bathroom and stand up on the little step stool and look in her mirror at 7 years old, and I would redo those promos down to the very letter. And I knew all my life this is what I wanted to do. And I am living my dream, baby.
That is so awesome. It sounds like we're cut from the same cloth, because Saturdays, when I tell you, everybody in my household knew that's wrestling. That our friends knew not to either get there to get us out before or wait afterwards. Don't come between when wrestling on. Dad did not play that.
Come knock on my door. You better not call my phone. Nothing. Wrestling's on. I'm sitting in the floor watching that old TV.
Yes. So, Jessie, tell us about yours.
It's your chance.
Well, hey y'all, I'm Jessie. When I was a little bitty girl, I used to love to sit in my daddy's lap and watch wrestling. I loved it. My sister hated the outside and she hated wrestling. So that was my time with my daddy. And I was a daddy's girl. And I knew one day when it becomes a divas that I wanted to be a diva. That was what I wanted. But I didn't know how to make it happen. Like, all I did was see it on TV. I didn't know that shows were anywhere close. I grew up in little old Eastern North Carolina, little bitty little spot called Beargrass, and there's nowhere near was any type of wrestling that I knew of. Several years later, I'm in my 30s, and I get a chance and was told, hey, we're going to an independent wrestling event tonight. And I'm like, independent wrestling? What are you talking about? I had never even heard of independent wrestling. Well, that night I was hooked. And I said, from that point on, I was gonna do something in the wrestling industry. A year later, I started to train, broke my arm in the ring. What a great night of first night of training. Fell wrong in a bump. Left on an ambulance. But I knew I wanted something. I even thought I was, when I in recovery, and I went back to training some and was training a little bit in South Carolina, and I knew I still wanted to be a part of wrestling. Didn't know if I would, because I kind of feared the bump, just being real and honest. Still trained a little bit wrestling wise, trained some ringside. I was ringside girl for a while, done different things like that. And then I was told, hey, why not train as a manager? Why not train as a manager? Because I wanted to be a part. Right before I started training as a manager, I got to really meet my love of my life. And which I had known him for a couple years by then, just in the industry, just around, seeing him here and there at shows. But hey, some of life's greatest blessings are before you and you don't know at the time. And
I mean, seriously, how can you turn down these eyes and this smile?
Just say it. So I recently, I've trained a little bit, dabbled a little bit, but when we moved to Newport, Tennessee, I really started training really a lot for manager. I debuted at School of Morton. Yay. It was kind of cool. I got to debut with Truck, which was kind of cool. I have two amazing trainers there, Kenzie Page, and who is the NWA Women's World Champion, and I have Casey Kazanza, who is the NWA excuse me, tag team champ, one of them. I love it at School of Morton. I know everybody knows how much Truck loves it, and I love it just as much as Truck. We uprooted and moved this way, and we're just a few minutes from there, and I love it.
People don't understand that. We uprooted from where we were just to come to Tennessee just for the School of Morton.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I had a few chances of coming to the School of Morton, and it is just so amazing. I love the atmosphere and how everybody the last time I actually saw you guys in person, and after everything, I stayed in my seat when people were getting up, and I just didn't move. I just looked at the atmosphere and just soaked it in. And for me, it was like it's a family. It's just a family. Everybody enjoyed it. I spent more time looking at the fans and the kids versus the matches. And it wasn't that the matches wasn't good. It was just looking and seeing the expression on everybody. And and I'm sitting there thinking I'm back to being a 7-8-year-old kid with my dad, and how excited I loved it. And I was like, man, this is why I do what I do. This is why I love wrestling. It's just, and I always say, no knock against the big companies, WWE, AEW, they're great, but there's nothing like the indie wrestling scene.
Exactly.
It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, that's the kind of atmosphere that SOM wants to bring back to independent wrestling. That where the old school, where the kids were sitting on their daddy's laps and watching this wrestling and making these memories together, and watching these boys make these memories in that ring. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah. And the crazy part to me, I've lived in Knoxville all my life, and I've gone to a lot of different independent shows, and like I said, I've been to the big ones too. But just this year alone, I think I've gotten more of just wow, I don't know any of these people, but I feel like family. If they needed something right then, I would give it to them.
Yeah.
And everybody's so nice. And and I was at a place where I knew people had issues with each other, but they contained it. It's, like I said, it was like a family reunion. You love certain people are just your heart. Then you got that cousin they always going to start something. So let me just stay away from them because they don't know any better. But it's one of the great things. And like I said, indies and getting to meet, and one of the things really important to me is getting the indie wrestlers, the referees, the valets, to be able to tell their stories, and more people get to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. So it's amazing. And just like you, Jessie, I never thought I would be in the wrestling industry. So this is like a dream come true. And then when I talk to people like yourselves, it's like, holy crap, y'all, I'm not boring y'all. I can actually talk and do different things in it. And I just feel so proud to be able to have that with everybody. So let's run down some of them championships you had there, Truck.
All right.
So this Brady O is the other CEO of the Wrestling Society Network, and he is the man, the genius of this ideal. And he told me about his dream and meshed, and we've just been running ever since. But getting back to my question, Troy, name some of the championships that you've held in your career.
Wow. Okay. There's a lot. Let's see. I've held the APW Heavyweight Championship. I've held APW United States Championship. I've held APW Tag Team. I'm a Grand Slam champion in 3 different promotions.
Oh, wow.
Currently, me and the Clown are New Blood Tag Team.
I think it's the New Blood.
New Blood Tag Team champions. I was former 2-time East Tennessee Tag Team champions.
And let me interrupt you on that one. I tell another quick funny story. One of the first times I ever reached out to you, I saw you and the Clown holding those titles, and I was like, man, them are some beautiful belts. And and me being who I am, I sent you a message like, hey, I'm gonna get a partner and we're gonna take them titles.
I remember that.
I think I do remember that. Yeah, those are very, very special titles. Those are very prestigious titles.
You're still part of it.
And I mean, technically, with me being a part of the Saviors at School of Morton, with the Freebird Act involved,
right?
I'm a 3-time East Tennessee Tag Team champion.
All right.
And looking for more gold. I've been Smoky Mountain Wrestling Hardcore Champion. Like I said, I was the first ever Smoky Mountain Wrestling World Champion. I've been the UCW Wildfire Champion. I've been champions all over. Any promotion I've went to, I've got a title.
That's wonderful.
And now I'm looking for singles titles at SON.
And they got some you could definitely be knocking on the door at.
Yeah, they do.
So, and you told me the background, but what is the thing that drives you to do this every day?
The thing that really drives me to do this every day, I might get emotional for this. This is going to be a hard one. When I was young, I remember sitting with my mom, my dad, my brother, watching wrestling, and that's all I talked about. I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to be a wrestler. And I was the kind of kid and teenager like I'd say I wanted to do something, and then I procrastinate. And I'd say I'm going to do this, but I go and do this instead. And I never got to show them that I was serious about this. My dad never did get to see me because he passed away a while back. My mama, thank the good Lord, she got to see me wrestle a couple of times. She didn't like it. They had to have security hold her back a couple of times. But she seen. And then there was my brother. there was a promotion in Boiling Springs. It was American Pro Wrestling, and that's really where I really started. That's where Dumptruk was born, in Boiling Springs, South Carolina. And I'd go out there and I'd wrestle every weekend and all that. And my brother started coming out there, and he was security out there at the promotion. And my brother passed away a while back due to things with COVID and stuff. And I was told that he was offered money to be security guard at this promotion. And they offered him $100 a night. I was there 2-3 nights a weekend wrestling, and they would tell him, I'll give you $100 a night. And my brother turned that money down and said that the only payment that he could accept was them letting him sit in there and watch his brother live out his dream. And ever since I heard that there is no way I could ever quit this business. Because I know my mama and my daddy and my brother are sitting in heaven right now in that box seat. And they are watching me do my thing. And that's what keeps me going. Even through all the BS I go through in this business. I've been through a lot of BS in this business. I have. I've been, for the first 5 years of me being in this business, I got my tail kicked. I mean, literally beat up and left in like pools of my own blood. I've got fractured bones, dislocated shoulders, everything, because they were trying to run me out of the business. And I didn't let them do it. I stayed in it. I fought through the pain, fought through all the BS, and I'm still here and ain't going nowhere. This is a proclamation to everybody out there in independent wrestling. Dumptruk ain't going nowhere, baby. I'm here to stay.
I'm glad to hear it, and I'm telling you, there are so many fans out there that are glad to hear it. And the one thing I will say is your parents and your brother, they, like you said, they're watching you, and they're so proud of you, and they knew you had it in you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I know.
I can truly understand what you've went through. So let's make this a little lighter.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
What title are you looking for is on your radar? That's what I'm really interested in.
I mean, it'd be easy for me to say that since I'm at SOM all the time, I would love to go after either the SOM title or the East Tennessee title. That's an easy choice. But I've got bigger aspirations in this business. And there's 3 letters that I want to be a part of in this industry, and that's NWA. I want to hold NWA gold. Before God brings me home, I want to hold NWA gold. No matter if it's the television title, if it's the 10 pounds of gold, if it's, I don't care which one it is, I want to hold NWA gold one day.
I could truly understand it. If I was in your position, I would be doing the same thing. I think a lot of people don't understand how much the NWA meant to and I always say this, not trying to be offensive, but to Southern fans, there's no bigger title than the NWA.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. There is no bigger title in this world than the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. That's the
Yep.
only belt that matters. I don't care if it's Vince McMahon, if it's Paul Levesque, if it's Tony Khan, or whoever owns TNA. If it's not the NWA World Heavyweight title, it don't mean a pop in the pan.
Yes. That it is. It's something about the way we got to see the champions, Ric Flair, Dusty,
Yes.
oh my goodness, Harley Race, the way they carried it and just professional. And then when the NWA started coming back, Nick Aldis carried that title with prestige. And it's just something about that title that is just like miles and miles away from any other title. I get it. So, Jessie, now I am curious of what your goal is as a manager. What do you want to do, and what do you have for your big truck, your aspirations for him?
Well, first of all, don't nobody mess with my truck. Just saying. If it includes me having to do things ringside to make things happen, Jessie will make it happen. Just saying.
I told her that.
Ask Evan Golden. I may or may not have choked him before. You can ask the Clown. Did he enjoy that chair to the back? Jessie may or might not have something to do with that as well. Don't mess with my truck. Just saying. As for goals, besides wrestling, I'm an educator. I've been a pre-K teacher for almost 21 years now. So I would love to publish a book. So I am working on that.
Oh, nice.
And on a pre-K level. So I'm excited about that.
I mean, no offense, truck, but a lot of these wrestlers didn't get past pre-K, so that's right up their alley.
I'm one of them.
But, I mean, he needs me too, just saying. A lot of people, well, I think a lot more people know now. I don't know with those that are on this side, but I handle all the merch. I handle all the business side. I actually make a lot of our merch. And it's a lot of the designs are with him and I together. Sometimes he'll be like, "Hey babe, I got this in mind, put it together." And
I've woke her up in the middle of a sleep at like 4 o'clock in the morning and like, "Hey, I got to tell you this idea before I forget it." And then she'll have to get up, write it down, and then she'll go back to sleep and then get on to it the next day.
And then the next night, I'm like, "Here's your shirt. Do you like this design?" So I have fun with the merch. I've owned my own business and done multi-network type things for several years. So I love the business aspect of it as well. I want to definitely keep training at School of Morton. It is difficult sometimes with training during the week. I'll be real with you. I work in Asheville, North Carolina. So I average anywhere from an hour and 15 to 2 hour drive there and back, depending on traffic, every day. So when I do go to training, they will tell you there's a lot of times that I'm just sitting and watching and listening and taking it in. Then there's some where I get up and I do things. Cause it is exhausting. But I want to be the best that I can. I'll be 40 in September, so why not start now, right? Never too late.
No,
Colonel Sanders, I think, was in his late 60s or older when KFC happened. So, 40, I'm not doing too shy.
I was gonna say, and look at when Diamond Dallas Page started wrestling.
Somebody told me about that one the other day.
Yeah, and it's funny too because he was in the business and didn't want to wrestle. He started off as a manager.
Yep.
So you in good company.
See, there you go. I handle pretty much all of our social media. He handles his personal one, and he sometimes does a little bit of the other. But we have both of us have an Instagram. Both of us have a TikTok for wrestling. Both of us have the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
I got Twitter.
Both have a YouTube. We're actually working on. We just got him the premium YouTube for American Diesel Dumptruk to start really adding some things to YouTube. It doesn't have a lot up there yet, so we're building that YouTube channel for him, and working on that. So,
and there's a coloring comic book coming out.
Yep.
With all the wrestlers from SOM and that I've had dealt with in other promotions. We're going to have a coloring / comic book coming out. I've already been designing all the characters and everything.
We did an ICT one, ICT coloring book last year.
That was more like a live picture.
Yeah, and that was really cool and really a big thing.
But this coloring book, comic book coming out is going to be a little different. It's like South Park meets SOM. And it's in the works after we see if the comic book is going to be successful.
Right.
We're going to try to come out with an animated cartoon.
All right.
We got a lot of plans going on.
But I do want to say something real quick before I forget. Yeah. When I first started training, I had several people help. I started training in Bowling Springs, South Carolina. I do want to shout out AJ Frost and Luke Fury. They were two that stood by my side, helped me tremendously in the little bit of time that I did train there. So I did want to I told them if I ever got on a podcast, they were great at what they do. And I cannot wait to see what holds for Luke Fury in the future.
That's great to hear.
But yes, I wanted to share that before I forgot.
Oh, no problem. So what I am hearing that you are a real manager. You're not one of these phony baloney managers. You do everything to make sure truck is ready to go. Ready to
she the real deal.
Not just ringside.
she handles everything. Like when we got together, I told her, I said, look, this is how it's got to be. Because I can't handle all this. It's too stressful. With the business and the politics, and I didn't have a merch table. I didn't have none of that. She come around. She took care of all my bookings, all my money, all my merch, everything. All I had to do was get in front of the camera, look pretty, and take a couple bumps. That's all I got to do.
And now you do it full time.
And I do it full time. I don't have a shoot job.
July
will make a year that I've been wrestling full time.
Oh, wow. So with that being said, is it easier that you don't have a shoot job, or does it make things harder?
It all depends, because sometimes we'll have them good weeks where we make good money at these shows and merch will go good. And then we'll have some of them days we won't make but like maybe $5 or $10 off merch, and then I'll get my pay and that's it. I mean, it varies sometimes, but
you just learn where to cut back.
Stress wise, it's been the best decision that I've ever made. Because when I was working a shoot job and wrestling, I turned down a lot of good opportunities to stay at my job, at a job that didn't appreciate me and didn't appreciate nothing I did.
And promised you show nights off.
Promised me show nights off, and I didn't get them. So one day I just walked out. I didn't tell the boss nothing. I called her, said, hey, this is what I'm doing. Come and get me.
We had talked about it, but we just didn't know when.
And she pulled up, and I stayed and worked until she pulled up. When they pulled up, I clocked out, and I walked out, and I ain't looked back since.
Mm.
And that's been one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
That I'm so glad to hear that is working out for y'all.
And listen, I'm blessed. Like at my job, I have
Mhm.
PTO time, different things, and as long as they know well in advance, I've been able to get off for some things that it's like a whole weekend thing. So I'll need off some early on Friday or something. So I think in a way it's really worked out great for both of us to do this. I mean, it's hard sometimes. So you have to learn where to cut back and eat at home and different things. So you just have to work it out.
It's just life, as I like to say. I hear so many people complain and stuff, but nobody promised life wasn't going to be hard. Nobody promised that life was going to be super fun, and life is life.
Yep.
The good and the bad, because if you don't go through the bad, how you going to know the good?
Exactly.
So, man, I just love both of y'all so much, and just the love that y'all give. And like I said, I'm always looking and thinking and just trying to be cognizant of my surroundings. And another great thing that just almost made me break out into tears is when I walked into school with Morton. The first person I heard was Jessie, Professor Bear! And I just, oh my God, I fought back the tears because we talked, and I was like, well, I don't want to tell anybody because something comes up, I ain't there and stuff. Yep. But and you just, I told my wife when I got home, I said, babe, you are not gonna believe this. And she just laughed. She's like, I keep telling you, you're good at what you do.
Yes,
that's what I tell him.
And it is just so, like I said, it is great to get to meet people, to talk. And like I said, I love to let people who may not know, may not be in our area, because I had a question of what area I'm in. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you. And I just try to get out, go a little bit further, and meet people, and like I said, give you an outlet to get you out there more, maybe more bookings. People start following y'all socially, and that's the goal. I want wrestling to survive, and the way to survive is to let wrestlers be known, to
yes,
find out your background, why you do it, and everything. So it's just so special to me that when I have guests and I can just promote y'all, because I love it. So with that being said, where do y'all see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully somewhere with white sand, clear water, and a good old drink in my hand. No, seriously though, somewhere in 5 years there's gonna be a wedding. Because I put the ring on her finger. I might as well go ahead and do it. But I'd really like to be established in this business. And when you ask about independent wrestling, you ain't got no other choice but to bring up the name, the American Diesel Dump Truck and Jessie.
Yes.
It's not high hopes. It's not an impossible thing, but it's something that would mean a lot to me in my heart. It'll make me feel like everything that I've been through in this business was worth it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, that makes plenty of sense. And I know you have your fans out there, because matter of fact, you have the rare thing, we do an independent wrestler of the week, and you and your partner were the first tag team that got that honor.
Yep.
And you got.
And you've been 2 times independent wrestler of the week. So your name is out there. People are loving you and they support you. And I'm so glad that we can put that out there, and hopefully more people will start looking for you, and hopefully get y'all to book different places and everything.
Please.
Y'all are just, again, y'all are so awesome.
And nothing like we went to the gym the other night, and there's like a little like young, like maybe like what 16 to 20 maybe age, and they're pointing, there's Truck. or we're at the Dollar General and we've got the trunk open and selling merch out of the trunk. Like,
we walk through Dollar General, we walk down, because every store we go to, it's got a toy aisle. I go to it.
Jesse does too.
I'm at the toy aisle.
Looking at wrestling.
We go down the toy aisle, and there's this little 6-year-old walking with his mama. And I noticed he keeps looking. I'm like, watch this, baby. He knows who I am. All of a sudden, I hear, Mama, that looks like Truck. And 5 minutes later, he'll come around there. He's got a little notebook and a crayon. Can you sign my notebook? And I'll give my autograph right there in the middle of Dollar General. And my head will be this big around before I leave Dollar General.
And then one day, I told you that I teach NC pre-K. I can't say children's names, but the mom might be up there watching. One day we had to leave early for an event, so I got ready at work and came out, and one of the little kiddos, he goes, Miss Angela has left the building and Jesse's arrived. Yeah, Jessie. And I'm having to go out, and I'm in the hallway taking pictures with families as they're coming in and out. It's the coolest thing.
The thing is with the kids.
Yes.
That's what grabs me the most. See, my whole career, I can't stand this nickname. But I got told I was the John Cena of independent wrestling for so long.
So, and a fan, there it is.
I'm the old school John Cena of independent wrestling.
Oh, and Missy, I saw your post about the wedding. Just saying, it will most definitely be inside the ring. The queen has got to go out in the ring.
And speaking of Missy Childers, I got to throw this in there before I forget. Next Saturday, May 10th, right?
Yep.
May 10th is this Saturday.
Okay, this Saturday coming up, May 10th, in Old Mooresboro, North Carolina, in the Old Mooresboro gym, we're having a bunkhouse for Bobby Lee. It's a benefit he's a fellow podcaster. He does the WrestleCast podcast.
It's for him and Kate.
For him and Kate and his wife. They've been going through some rough times. And me and Jessie both have been asked to come and participate in this bunkhouse. Well, she's not going to be in the bunkhouse.
No.
I was about to say, I was going to say, if she's in it, I'm going to bet on
that. No.
I was going to bet on her.
No, Truck's going to be in the bunkhouse, and Truck's going to win the bunkhouse. But that's on another note. But I just want to get the word out there to this bunkhouse for Bobby. We need any donations anybody can bring, anything anybody can help out.
I think they still need some canned drinks. Missy, chime in
And I think they need chili. If anybody got a good chili recipe they want to throw in there, do that. If you got any questions, just hit up Missy Childers on Facebook, and she'll let you know all the details of what they need and everything.
And if you forget who to ask, message me, and I will ship it right to Missy.
Just wanted to get that out there before I forgot.
And anytime y'all have any benefits, reach out to me, and I'll make sure that we will blast it on WSN.
Okay.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
send it
I
to you.
appreciate that. Thank you.
No. Like I said, y'all became quickly family to me, and I would do whatever it takes to help y'all in any way.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we appreciate
Thank you.
that. Thank you.
Yeah. So another question. Where is the farthest you have been to wrestle?
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. For right now. We're working on West Virginia and Virginia.
We've had somebody reach out from Kentucky, so we're waiting to find out some information there.
And I got some people waiting to hear from in Florida too. So
yeah, we do South Carolina. We're licensed. Both of us are licensed in South Carolina, so I can go behind the barricade. North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. And like I said, we've got a couple people that talked to us about some events in Florida, Ohio, Kentucky. We're just trying to get it all kind of planned out and organized. We've got lots of promoters that are out there, and we are looking for anywhere. We're willing to travel wherever, get licensed wherever.
I'm super glad you said it like that, because we are the WSN has a promotion in Texas that will be opening up in August, if I remember correctly. And if y'all are interested in coming to Texas, maybe I would definitely tell the owner and give them y'all information.
Oh, we'd love that. As long as I know minimum 2 weeks in advance, most of the time I can request off if need be. Yeah, Missy just said chili, canned drinks, chips, and she can get. Oh, and she has a Cash App too if you want to donate to be able to help.
Cool, that's great. I went to Texas for the first time in my life and got to wrestle. And it's funny because you were talking about APW, the promotion in Texas is that we're affiliated with is APW also. And they are so great and some of the sweetest people. And then, like I said, there's another promotion starting up soon. And it was a great trip for me, and being able to be behind the curtains and seeing things and stuff. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. So
I got a couple buddies that wrestle out there in Texas.
Really?
Yeah. I do a EFED thing where it's like a promo league.
Right.
And he's a wrestler out in Texas. His name's Axel Savage.
Yeah. Oh, I know Axel.
Do you really?
Yes.
That's my boy. I love Axel.
Oh, okay, cool. See how small world it is.
And I got buddy. His name's Michael Jerome. They call him Gully Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have to be licensed in Texas?
You have to have a license in Texas?
I'm not sure. I will find out for you.
Yeah, we can find out that
How
too.
you doing, Thunder?
What's up, Thunder?
I can't wait to see you, brother.
Glad you're doing better, Thunder. We've been praying for you.
And what a lot of people don't know, Chris Thunder Anderson, he's the one that came up with Ice Cream Truck.
You didn't forget.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that come up. We was all sitting around, and he just came out Ice Cream Truck. Me and the clown looked at each other, and it was like one of those cartoon moments where it just bling, where everything just fell into place. And I got to tell you, me and the clown ain't seeing on eye to eye right now, but when Ice Cream Truck was running hard, them was some of the best times in my life. That was some of the most fun that I've ever had in this business.
Oh.
That clown gets on my nerves. Sometimes I want to choke him to death. But I'm telling you, I've had some of the best times on the road with that darn clown. It's been crazy.
Yet some interesting car rides with me driving, Weeks in the front,
Okay,
truck
yeah.
in the back.
I'm doing this.
Woo!
I'm throwing him under the bus.
What, $1,700 worth of damage?
Yeah, $1,700 worth of damage to the car. Okay,
What?
we're coming home from a show, and I don't drive. When I get on them car rides, my anxiety it messes with me, so I have to medicate and go to sleep.
Okay.
So I medicated really heavy, and I went to sleep in the back seat. Angela was tired. She had been working all day, driving and all that. So Squeaks was with us. He said he would drive.
It was on the way home from school
And
when we still lived in Hickory.
We still lived in Hickory, North Carolina. I know, Thunder. I'm sorry. And we was coming home from School of Morton in Chuckey, Tennessee.
Taking him
to Chesney, South Carolina, and then coming back to Hickory, North Carolina.
Woo!
Yeah, so we had a good 4 or 5 hour ride.
And then I had to get up the next morning.
Then she had to get up the next morning at 6 o'clock and go to work, be there by 7.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we're coming home. I'm asleep in the back seat. Angela's asleep in the passenger seat. All of a sudden, I wake up. We're airborne. He had missed the exit and tried to swoop over into the other lane and hit a concrete median, and we were 6 feet in the air.
Holy.
And we slammed down, and he trying to hold the wheel, trying to hold us in the road. She wakes up in a freaking panic. I wake up screaming, and all Squeaks could do was be like, I got it.
It's cool. No, hold on.
It's cool. I got it. We good.
From then on, if I got tired, I just pull over and go to sleep. And then a little bit.
Yeah, from now on, if we get tired, we just pull over on the side of the road and take about 10, 15-minute nap.
Oh my
Scholar Michaela said the ice cream girl said, hey, they are 2 of our biggest fans. Those little girls come a far way in their family to go watch Truck and Jessie. And some other ones. We've got little puppies named after Truck and Jessie.
What? Nice.
The ice cream girls.
The ice cream girls, for Halloween, they came to the School of Morton and were dressed up as ice cream trucks.
And now they dress like Jessie. They've got the neon Jessie. Roosevelt, we miss you. What's up?
Mr. Everything. I'm loving this podcast.
I know.
I'm having so much fun.
Did I hear that Roosevelt's going to be at School of Morton coming up very soon? It's been a while, Roosevelt.
It's super.
I would love to see them 2 in the ring together. Mm-hmm. Roosevelt and Dumptruk. Wait a minute. Jessie can help.
It's supposed to be helping me.
I just said Jessie can help.
Oh my goodness. I tell you, it is so fun to, like I said, just for the people that don't know y'all, to let y'all just have at it and talk. And I'm still surprised, Jessie, this is your first time.
Yeah, this is her first full podcast. So she's
I mean, I've done women's conferences and things with speaking with several hundred at a time, but in person. So it's new. When I've done some TikTok lives, but being on an actual podcast, this is new to me. So, I missed Roosevelt's comment.
Will on Sunday, hope to see. Yeah, we'll be there, baby.
Yeah, unless something happens, we're on the definitely let's go ahead. Just saying though, Roosevelt, you might have to worry about Jessie on the side. Just saying.
Yeah, I'll have to get some sneaky tactics to beat that man.
Oh my! It is such an amazing thing. Again, I'm so glad that I'm the first to get Jessie on the podcast. It is amazing. Again, is there anybody you would like to shout out before we leave?
Do you have any shout outs?
Shout out all the other podcasts that does this for the independent wrestlers. # Truth, WrestleCast podcast.
Bobby Lee.
Wrestling
Bobby,
Bobby
yeah.
Lee.
Joseph Hughes.
Joseph Hughes, the Rabid Beaver.
He'd be on her, but he's got a podcast tonight.
And you, all y'all podcasters, y'all do what y'all do to try to get us out there and try to get independent wrestling out there like y'all do. And we just thank y'all for everything y'all do. Y'all don't get enough praise. And I want to thank you, because if it wasn't for podcasts or nothing, I don't think people would know who Dumptruk was. Well, I mean, that's just being real.
I tell you, I thank you for that, but it is never me. It's not me putting my body on the line. It's not me going up and down the road. It's you all. And I always give praise and thanks. And when I meet any wrestler, I'm always respectful and thankful. Even if they turn out to be jerks, that's fine.
Yeah.
You never know people's situation or what they're going through. So I try to be humble and thankful for everything y'all do, because if it wasn't for y'all, I couldn't live out my dream as what I'm doing now. So I definitely thank you all. Y'all get more the praise than I ever will. So thank you. Yeah.
This has been awesome.
I know. What's the couple y'all want to face?
That's a good question.
Thunder, I appreciate that.
Show that again, producer, please.
Yes, please. She's used to working with children. That's why she's so good with truck. Well, I mean, it's not a lie. I am a big kid. I'm a big kid. I really am.
I do get sometimes, why are you talking to me like you're in your classroom? Well, for one, I'm a mama. My girls are almost 21 and my baby just turned 18. And then I've been a teacher for almost 21 years.
She's done everything but put me in the corner.
Girls got to do what a girl's got to do. Maybe that's the next step. I just might have to put them in the corner.
Oh, my goodness. No offense, Truck Good. It's going to have to be a big corner.
It's going to have to be a big corner. It's going to have to be.
So the couple we want to face.
The couple we want to face. I would love for Truck and Jessie to get in the ring with Kenzie Page and her little love of her life.
Oh.
What's his name? Hunter Drake?
Oh, it's Hunter.
Hunter Drake.
No.
Well, Kenzie Page is her boyfriend. He's a wrestler at NWA too.
Yes. I have to tell you a quick story. The first indie wrestler that I met when we first started doing this was Kenzie. And she was so super sweet to me that she cut my first promo for us. Oh. And every time I see her, we always she'll do a quick shout out for me, and I always give her a hug and I always tell her thank you, because she is just, the whole family are just so sweet and nice.
They sure are. I owe a lot to Kenzie because she's helped me out a lot.
Very inspirational.
Yeah, mentally, physically. Yeah.
Yeah, her family is great, and I always loved when I get a chance. That's fire. What is it? Oh goodness, I always forget.
Crossfire.
Yeah, Crossfire. Thank you, Crossfire. That's the promotion me and my wife likes to go to. That's the first show that she ever went to. Was Crossfire.
We went to Sevierville. We met him at Papa Joe's.
That's right. The first Crossfire show that we went to, I fell in love with that show.
Oh, that was at the Aaron Stevens.
Yeah, the
seminar,
Aaron,
too,
and
beforehand.
we went to the Aaron Stevens seminar up there at the Crossfire, and that was one of my most favorite seminar. I love that seminar.
They're so good.
Did you see? Yes, we saw their wall of fame, but they're missing Jessie. We got to work on that one.
I would like to challenge that guy. What's his name?
Which guy?
Which guy are you talking about, Thunder? Because, I mean, we've been in the ring together. You hurt.
Oh, goodness.
I've been in a bunkhouse stampede with Chris Thunder Anderson and got hit in the head with a cookie sheet.
Oh.
And then he hit me in the back with a hockey stick.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had the wrestlers walk after that.
Oh. This is the Ice Cream Girls' mama. These little girls are what, 3 and 5, Michaela? And these girls know more about wrestling than some adults do. They're some of the loudest ones in the bunch.
They are.
That is super. That's super.
Yeah.
I got
Actually, they were there. I want to say at Cobra Strikes Back. Is that the one you went to, Professor?
Yeah.
Bailey? Did you
Yeah.
see two little blonde girls?
Yes.
Almost like twins.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like what's his name?
They dressed up like, I think, El Scorpio that night.
Okay.
Yeah, those little girls are some huge fans of wrestling. 3 and 2. Sorry.
Wow.
They are.
But that just lets you know they love y'all. They
Can you reach that water bottle right there?
That is so great. Oh, well, unfortunately, we do have to call it a show. But
oh man, we were just having so much fun.
I know, but
that
y'all
means
have
we've got to come back.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. You have an open invitation anytime.
Yeah, but I've got the chair from you too, Thunder.
Oh, yes. Thank y'all for doing the show. Thank y'all for being sweet human beings. And you never know. You never know when I'll pop up on a Sunday. You just never know.
Hey, that's fine. We'll welcome you with open arms, brother.
Yes, yes. Again,
and that's right. School of Morton is now every single Sunday. There's a Mayhem show and a Legacy. We're on Legacy majority of the times, and if we're not booked at other places, we go to the Mayhem. Doors open at 4 and shows at 5:05.
We pretty much at every show.
That's great. Give y'all social so people can follow y'all.
American Diesel Dumptruk on Facebook. We've got the Diamond Jessie. You've got, and that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
And the American Diesel Dumptruk has an X or Twitter.
Yeah. And it's spelled TRUK. You know, he's got to be extra special. So there's no C.
That's how I stand out.
Hey, there you go.
I learned that real quick within the first couple of weeks of dating.
And y'all look, subscribe
Yes.
subscribe to our YouTubes, our TikToks, or whatever. And if you're not subscribed to Professor Bear
Or Wrestling Society.
Y'all don't know what y'all missing. Y'all need to come up, subscribe, get on this, and y'all will know where y'all favorite wrestlers or managers or anybody is going to be. Come on now. Y'all give them some support.
And my personal TikTok has got over 1,000. I would love for Jessie and the American Diesel Dumptruk to hit over 1,000. His personal one has over 1,000, but we want to start being able to go live from our wrestling page. So help share our TikToks out there. We were doing really well with it at one time. Past few weeks, we've not done as much, but we're getting ready to start back getting more diving into it, and getting more up there. Like right now, we both are live on our personal TikToks on the side. So we would love follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
YouTube.
TikTok, YouTube, and X. I think that's all. We're trying not to get too overwhelmed with all the social medias.
But in another way, we trying to get paid.
Yeah, and I also have my Jessie's Mindful Creations, which is my personal business. When we get more established in a better home situation, I will start by baking some more. I've been a hobby baker for over 20 years.
That means all y'all promotions at Dumptruk, when she starts baking again, y'all get free cupcakes.
And there's a lot up here that knows about all of my baking. Just saying. I am 3 times I've been in the top 10 in the world for the World's Greatest Baker Challenge.
Oh wow.
So in the past 3 years, so I've been 7th once, 5th once, and 3rd.
I want to throw in that I am in the top 10 of winning $25,000 and getting free ink from Ink Magazine. So y'all get on there and vote. Truck needs free ink. I need ink therapy bad.
Did you hear that? $25,000.
$25,000. I'll put that back in independent wrestling.
All right.
Get a home.
Some of it.
Guys, it was an honor, a privilege to have y'all. And again, y'all have an open invitation anytime y'all want to come back. Just hit me up and we'll make it work.
Most definitely. We really would appreciate it. And if we want to, when we get off, we can go ahead. I'll pull up the calendar and get on the schedule for the next one.
Hey, we could do that.
Yep. But it's amazing. Thank you.
Well, guys, this has been another great episode of A Bear's Thought. And want to give a quick thanks to my guest, Truck and Jessie, for showing up, showing love, and showing what independent wrestling is all about. Please go be supportive of independent wrestling in your area. I'm telling you, you will have a great time. Make sure you take your family. You will have a ball and save so much more money from going to the bigger ones and have such a great time. So, with that being said, I am Professor Bear, and this is A Bear's Thought.
Thank you.